Let's try apply the distance formula to find the distance between A and C. पहले हमने क्या किया था? We found the coordinates of B and then found the distance between A and C. Now we will not do that. We will use this formula. I'm writing it for you on the screen. x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 square. So if now someone asks you what is the distance between A and C, suppose we call this x2 and y2 and we call this as x1, y1, doesn't matter which is the first point, which is the second point, it doesn't matter. Using the formula, we can write, so 2 minus minus 2, then 3 minus 2, 2 minus minus 2 is 4 square, 3 minus 2 is 1 square, 16 plus 1. Is it the same square root of 17 that we calculated without knowing the distance formula? Do you agree? There is something very, very special about this formula. See what is happening in the formula. In the formula, we have x2 minus x1 ka square. Now, suppose the points are 1, 2 and 3, 4. Suppose this is the first point and this is the second point. So x2 minus x1 will become 3 minus 1. Uska square karo, which is 2 ka square, which is 4. Lekin beta, if we write 1 minus 3, then what happens? Then it becomes minus 2 ka square, then also equals to 4. That means it doesn't matter whether we write x2 minus x1 or x1 minus x2, they are the same. Because we are squaring the difference. It will always be positive. Doesn't matter हम किसको किससे minus कर रहे हैं, बड़े से छोटे को या छोटे से बड़े को. Same thing happens with y2 and y1. It doesn't matter whether we subtract y2 from y1 or y1 from y2, because at the end of the day, we are squaring the difference. So whatever the difference is, whether it is positive or negative, when we square, it becomes positive. So instead of writing x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square ka square root, we can also write x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square ka square root. We can also write in two other ways. I write it in the third way. You try to find out the fourth way. तभी तो मजा आएगा. We can also write it like this: y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square. मैंने इसका बस प्लेस चेंज कर दिया. Does it matter? 2 plus 3 is 3 plus 2. If this is the case, you tell me what the fourth one is. Fourth one can be. Speak up, it will be faster. What Chandra typed in the chat is correct. Now, if we start from here, if we start from this formula and we just change the order of the terms, we can also say it is y1 minus y2 whole square plus x1 minus x2 whole square. This is the beauty of this formula. If I tell you to find the distance between 2 points and the 2 points are x and y, x and y. Coordinates of x are 2, 4, and coordinates of y are 3, 5. 2, 4 and 3, 5. Quickly solve it in your notebook and then share it with me in the chat. What will be the distance between the points? We know that the distance between x and y can be written like this. It can be written like this. It can also be written like just xy in geometry. And the simple formula we have learned is x2 minus x1 का square plus y2 minus y1 का square. Now, this is where we can be very smart while answering the question. So, x2 minus x1. So, let us look at the x's. 3 and 2. So, instead of getting into the negative numbers, we can just write 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2. जो भी बड़ा है उसको पहले लिख दो. Then plus y2 minus y1. जो भी बड़ा है 5 minus 4. Doesn't matter. The order doesn't matter. Now 3 minus 1. 3 minus 2 is 1 square. 5 minus 4 is 1. Square root of 2 is the answer. First special case is when the points are on axis. Remember, this is how we started now. Points on one axis, points parallel to an axis, right? So points on x-axis. Suppose we have 2 points, A, which is 6, 0. It is on x-axis, and B, which is minus 5, 0. We have already found out using observation, common sense, that the distance between A and B, we calculated it as x2 minus x1. So, bada minus chota equals to 6 plus 5 equals to 11. Right? Now we have found out a general formula. General formula is square root of something. Now use that and see if you are able to find. I will write part of it. You will try part of it. Now, if we use the Pythagoras theorem formula, then x2 minus x1. So instead of writing minus 5 minus 6, easier for me will be, I will write x minus minus 5. And I will take the square. What will I write next? What minus what ka square?
0 minus 0 whole square.
Yes, correct. 0 minus 0 square. Right? So 6 plus 5 का square plus 0 छोड़ दो फिर. Right? Then square root 11 square, that is 11. 11. This is a special case. So we need not have a long answer. But if you want, we can do that also using the general form. Now let us see what happens if the points are on y-axis. Very simple. Very, very, very simple. Let us take another example. A and B. And suppose now they are on y-axis, right? So 0, minus 3, say, and 0, 5. Both are on the y-axis because x coordinate is 0. Now what we have studied so far is, in this special case, all we have to do is y2 minus y1. So bada minus chota. This is what we have found out. Now you tell me how we can find the same thing out using the general formula. What will I write first with x's? Something minus something ka square.
0 minus 0 square.
Very good. Then plus
5 minus 3 square.
Very good. Thank you, Chan. Square. So when we do this, again 0 minus 0 is 0. We can ignore that. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 per square. Convinced? The general formula is also applicable for the special cases. The final special case is, how do we find the distance of a point from origin? So in such questions, only one point will be given. How will the question look like? The question will look like this. I'm going to write it on the screen. It will say, there is a point P with coordinates 3, minus 5. What is its distance from the origin? How will we find? Our formula, whichever formula we use, we need 2 points. Where is the second point here? Where is that second point? We have to find the distance of the point P from origin. So where is that second point? Okay, Khadija is saying second point is 0. No, it is not 0. Chanda is saying 0 is the second point. No. Chand is saying it is on the origin. Yes, but what are the coordinates? We need the coordinates. Alfia, very good. The second point is right in front of us. 0, 0. It is 0, 0. If we understand this much, then the answer is very easy. Three minus 0 square plus minus 5 minus 0 square. Enough? This is a point. This is another point. Now see what is happening. 3 minus 0 is 3 square. Minus 5 minus 0 is minus 5 ka square. So we could have directly written like this. The distance of a point P with coordinates x and y can be directly calculated as x square plus y square ka square root. Answer this question in your notebooks. It's very simple. Find the distance between points P minus 1, 1 and Q 5, minus 7. Write the complete answer properly in your notebook. Take a picture, send it to me on WhatsApp. After you have sent it to me on WhatsApp, write the answer in the chat. Remember, the formula is square root of x2 minus x1 square of plus y2 minus y1 square of. Now, generally what students will do, they will take this as x1 or x1 y1 and they will take this as x2 y2. Because we are smarter, we can say d p comma q will be square root of, I will take the bigger one, x. So 5 minus minus 1. Tushar, here is where you got it wrong. Square plus, now between 1 and minus 7, 1 is bigger. So मैं 1 ले लूंगा. Minus minus 7 square. You see, I have changed the order. I have taken x2 minus x1, but then I have taken y1 minus y2. Doesn't matter. Then square root 5 plus 1. Then 1 plus 7. Then 6 square is 36. 8 square is 64. 36 plus 64 is 100. Square root of 100 is 10. So the distance between point P and Q is 10 units. Alfia, you missed the square root symbol in the first and second step. Tushar, you got this wrong. All of you will solve question number 1 of practice set 5.1 in from your textbook, which is on page number. Open your textbook. It's on page number 107.
107.
Thank you, Aman. So the question number 1, it says find the distance between each of the following pairs of points. So you have to use the formula and find the distance. All of you should get all the 6 answers correct, and keep trying till you don't get the answers right. That is it.